Hello everyone, welcome to this video showcasing the new features of our update 3800. We start from the point of sale where we've added a new sorting option. You can now sort with the total quantity that is available across all your different stores. We also added a new settings for limiting negative sale within total stock. So I will turn off these negative options so that you can see the effect of this new setting. So for this particular product, because negative selling is off and I don't have quantity of this product in this stock, if I try to add the product, the system does not allow me add any quantity of the product. But if I turn on negative selling, I am now able to add as many quantity of this product as I want. But if I want to limit what I can add, the quantities of this product that I can add within this total quantity that is available across all the other stores, I'll use the other settings. So that's the new setting we just introduced. So let me turn on that setting. So I'll turn on limit negative sales within total stock. So I am still able to add quantities of this item, but only within the limit of what is available across all stores. So this means that you can still allow negative sales, but limit them to the total quantity that is available in the system. We also provided a means of adding sales comment to your sales. So for sales comments, they are information that can uniquely identify the sales. Let's say we are selling a phone and we need to include the IMEI number in the receipt. So we can just type IMEI and type the value, and this will be part of the information that will be displayed on the receipt when the sales is complete. On the customer receipt, we are not displaying the previous balance of the customer on the receipt. So if we sell to a customer, we display the balance they have before this transaction, and then the later balance also shows the balance they have after the transaction, which is the current balance on their account. So this will provide a better transparency and clarity for both you and your customers, enhancing the customer experience and making account management more straightforward. For the next feature, let's go to purchase stock. Where you try to purchase an item and you try to add an item to the list, you can take this button to see the history of purchase for that item. We have increased the number of the item in this list from 5 to 25. For supply refund, let's go to supply refund. You can now refund all the items on an invoice at once. So you have this new option which allows you enter an invoice number. And when you click on submit, all the items on that invoice will be added so that you can refund them. You can see that the supplier of that invoice is also automatically selected. The new thing we also added is where you select change supplier or select supplier, you now have access to open market, which we have sent an unregistered supplier within the system. So that means that you can now refund supplied items to unregistered suppliers. So under product management, where you can set general markup for a selected product. So you can select a category or a department and set a general markup for them. Once you've done this, the system would automatically log this price change for all the products that's available. So if I go to reporting, inventory report, put on loads, I'll be able to see the changes in price. So this, you can see general markup, and then this reflects the changes that are done to all the price of all the affected products. So this log is also sent to all the outlets so that from each of the outlets, they can see information about when the price was changed and who changed the price. The next feature is about price profile support for room pricing. So let's go to property management in room times. So when you try to change the details of a room type, you now have this new option which is called update pricing. When you click on it, this allows you to set the price of this room under the different profile in the system. So let me set some pricing here. So when making the reservation on that point of sale, under the menu, you can set the price profile that will be used for this reservation. So I'll select the Christmas promo, for example, and you can see that the price automatically changed to what was set under that profile. So we've added two new reports. One is under sales report and it's called item summary by customer. So if you select a date range, a start date and an end date, you will see the summary of each item purchased within that period for each of the customers. So this lets you see the detailed information about which customer purchased specific products over a given time frame, enabling better customer relationship management and targeted marketing strategies. The next report is under transactor reports called loyalty stats. This report provides a summary of loyalty transactions and coupon winning over a period of time. This is particularly useful for spotting fraudulent transactions and ensuring the integrity of your loyalty scheme. For example, if your customer has an unusual high number of activities, you can investigate further to make sure your staff are not trying to game the system. So with this, you can maintain the trustworthiness of your loyalty program. We have also extended the functionality of coupon merging. So let me give a background information on this. So if you go to general settings, under loyalty settings, we have these settings that allow us match loyalty coupon. So what this means is that if a customer has an existing coupon in the system, when this setting is on, instead of the system generating the new coupon for that customers, it just adds a new value to the existing coupon. So the existing coupon keeps increasing in value until the customer decides to use up that coupon. Now, this extension that we just did to the merge loyalty coupon allow us to be able to generate multiple values for a coupon in one transaction. So let me give you an example. So assuming we set the threshold of the coupon to 10,000, and for every 10,000, a customer will get a coupon of 1,000. If a customer buys an item worth 100,000, what the system would do initially would be to give them the value of coupon of 1,000, which is the value of one coupon. And so the excess points will be in their account so that anytime they come and make a purchase, irrespective of the value of that purchase, the system would be able to draw from this point and give them more coupon value. So the new extension that was done to this merge loyalty coupon is that when this setting is on and the system buys something worth 100,000, the system will now generate the coupon value that will cover the entire amount. That means that instead of initially getting the coupon of 1,000, they will get a coupon of 10,000 for that transaction. So this enhancement improves the customer experience by making coupon system more flexible and responsive to high value purchases. So this next feature is under product management. We have brought back the ability to merge related products under the same brand name. Now, we used to have this functionality in the system, but due to its complexity, we decided to take it out and simplify the process of registering new product. So you can just register a product and you're expected to describe the product to the letter. So for instance, if I'm registering a product like party shoe, if I'm registering the red color and the medium size, I will include red and medium in the name so that I can distinguish this from the other color and the other options that is in the system. But there is no way of relating this product to the same brand name, which is called party shoe. So what we've done is to bring back this functionality. So the first thing you need to do is to set up customizing the system to make sure that each of the products that you're going to be adding under a particular brand will have a unique set of features. So you can set up custom tags like colors. Like in this case, I have red and black. I can add a new one called blue. And you can also set up sizes. I have 8 and 10. I can add a new one called size mine. So I'm ready to start adding items under a particular brand. So let me create a brand. So to start managing the brand, once you click on this brand button, that will reveal the list of brand to the left of the screen. So you can add a new brand or select from an existing brand. So where you select an existing brand, you can see all the items that are registered on that brand or that are attached to that brand. So let me click on add to add this new Paddy shoe. So I add Paddy shoe. I'm able to select a manufacturer. Let me just select any manufacturer. So I'll select a category as well. Let me say shoe. So under, and then click on submit. So you can see that I have the new Paddy shoe under the brand name, but no products. So if I want to start adding products to this brand, I can simply select the brand and click the add button. So you notice when I click on the add button, the name Paddy shoe is already imputed into the description of the product, and the manufacturer is already pre-selected to the manufacturer that was selected when I was creating the brand. So I can now add the distinguishing features of this particular product. So in this case, I'll select the color, which is blue, and I'll select the size to be size 9. So I can include this in the description as well. So let me enter the rest of the details of this product, like price, and then submit the product. So this product is added and automatically now added to the Paddy shoe brand, which I've previously created. If I have a product that is created that is a Paddy shoe that is not originally under Paddy shoe, so let me just create one. So I'll just go to all brands and let's simulate under this same Paddy shoe here. So if I need to add this existing product under the brand, I can simply search for the product. So this is the size 10 of the product, which is not under the brand. If I select the brand, that is not under the brand. So I go back to all and then select and say move to selected to a new brand. So I can select my Paddy shoe, and then the system tells me that for this product to belong under this brand, it needs to have a unique feature, and then they need to be under the same manufacturer and category. So I'll click on yes, and the product will be added under Paddy shoe. So if I select Paddy shoe, you can see that I now have the other product, which is the size 10 red color, under the Paddy shoe. So with this design, we maintain the perfect balance between ensuring the continuous flexibility around the creation of product and also the ability for you to better structure your product by grouping related product under the same brand name. The next feature is about monitoring stock in transit. Stock in transit allows you to monitor the stock of items that are part of an ongoing sales process. To turn on this feature, you go to General Settings, Store Settings, Update All Settings, scroll down to the section for Inventory Settings, and you'd see Enable Stock in Transit. Once this feature is on, if you go back to the stocks page, you'll see that a new store is now added to the list, which allows you to monitor items in transit. This is particularly useful for wholesale or distribution companies where sales process can take a considerable amount of time due to the high volume of items in the sale. Typically, the sale starts with the creation of performer invoice. And once the invoice is created, you can see the invoice from the list of items. The invoice first goes through the process of picking and sourcing for the items of the invoice from the different stores. After the picking of items is complete, it then goes through the checking process to make sure that the quantity are correct. It is at this point that the items are packed into box, and then the sales invoice is converted into a receipt and the items are shipped off to the customer. Because of the time it takes for a sales process to complete, each sale can lead to a potential inventory error. Let me give an example. Let us assume that we have 100 quantities of an item in a particular store. If as part of an ongoing sales process, your staff comes to pick up 25 quantities of that item. Because the system delays the deduction of the items from the store till the sales process is complete, if an audit is conducted on that particular product before the end of the sale, it will be assumed that the stock is short by 25 quantities. Even though the 25 quantities is still within the store, but it's part of an ongoing sales process. So stock in transit allow you to monitor both the items that are in the stock, and the items that are part of an ongoing sales process, so that when an audit is conducted, it does not lead to an unnecessary discrepancy. So with the new feature, your staff can indicate in the system when an item is picked, so that the system will automatically move this item into the transit store. So if you go under point of sale, manage invoice, and you click on performer invoices, you can see that we've created an invoice here. So with this monitoring, your staff can now indicate in the system that an item has been picked. So the way to do that is to right-click on the invoice and select Pick Items. They will then select the batch that they want to pick and click on Submit. They'll need to pick up a store and then start picking each of these items. In some cases, because of the distance between where you have your system and the location of the product in the store, your staff may want to batch the selection of items. That means that they will want to pick up a couple of items before they come back to the system to update it. This would also defeat the purpose of monitoring the transit store, because we want to make sure that those items can be entered immediately they are picked up, to avoid the discrepancy that we described earlier. So because of this, we have added a means of indicating that an item has been picked in the cloud service. So let me go to the cloud service, where we now have a new menu called Sales, and under that menu, we've created performer invoices. So if you click on performer invoices, you can see that we have that same invoice that was created locally. So every time you create a new invoice, the system would automatically upload the invoice to the cloud. So let's start the picking process from here. So just like we did locally, you select the batch. In case we have multiple batch for this particular item, and then we select the store from which you're going to be selecting items. Then we can now start the picking process by clicking on each item. We can signify the items that have been picked and click on the button to confirm this. This will automatically send a command to the local store to update the item that has been picked. So let's go to the local store to confirm this. If I select the item and indicate that I want to pick this item, select the batch and click on Submit, you can see that the items that we picked from the cloud service has been automatically updated. So this allows your staff to be able to go around with either a tablet or a phone that has access to the cloud service, and they can notify the system of items being picked immediately. So let me go ahead and pick all the items in the invoice. Now, because all the items on this invoice have been picked, the status is now set to picked, which means that this invoice is ready for checking. If for whatever reason you're unable to pick all the items on the invoice, you can mark this invoice as paid manually by right-clicking and clicking on Move to Checking. This will mark the invoice as picked and make it ready for the checking process. So let's confirm the effect of stock in transit on some of these items. So I'll use this item as an example. So we have this 2000N cleanser. We have 6 and 8. So if I go to Inventory Management and Stocks, and I search for the item, we can see that for each of the item, the corresponding quantity of 6 and 8 have been added to the transit stock. One other thing to note here is because the system is responsible for the management of this transit stock, once the sales is complete, the system will automatically deduct the items from the store. And if for whatever reason the order is cancelled, the system will automatically return the items back to the store. So the next feature is an improvement that we made to the checking process. So when checking an invoice, so let me go to checking and select an invoice. When checking the quantities of an item, you can now indicate the box for each of these items. So if this item is going into a new box, after doing my checking, the system will automatically create a new box for me. Every item that I select from then on will go into this box until I indicate that I want a new box to be created. So once I select that a new box to be created, the system will create a new box, and every other item that I select from then on will go into the new box. So this makes it easy for me to track which item is in which box when dealing with an order that has a lot of products that I have to put in different boxes. So it also informs my customer beforehand so that I know which item is in which box. So this concludes our detailed overview of the new features in StoreApp Update 3800. We hope that these new features will improve your experience with StoreApp. If you have any questions or require additional information on how your business can benefit from this update, feel free to contact our support team. Thank you for your time.